Oh, hello there, SITE-42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation community. And welcome to another Office Hours with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the Anomalous broadcast from SITE-42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at SITE-42, as well as Head Containment Specialist. And as I do daily for the last 7 months, the streak remains strong. I'm here to open my office doors to you, the staff of the SCP Foundation, to answer your burning questions about this mysterious place that we work, the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff that contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, but I'm sorry, we're way better at containing than they are at stopping us from containing, I'm just saying. And of course, hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview. Perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we're here for the next approximately 3 hours for a little Q&A. But before we get into that Q&A, let me start with some housekeeping. Dr. Williams, congratulations on being the most punctual member of the Containment Hazard Assessment team. Congratulations on being the first chatter. Then, Dr. Puppeteer, OC America, King of ADHD, Marker, Silent Follower, Aoki, Dark Duality, Notorious Gaming, Amber, Dr. Frogman if I didn't say you, Ace. All of you who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being members of SITE-42. We appreciate your membership and your service, especially for certain reasons that will soon be talked about. But before I do that, McCain, Billy the Go-Go, Dark Red, Avari, and Anthony. You all, welcome to today's stream. Thank you for being punctual, and thank you for being here just for being you. Avari, you saw the animated thing in the title. Don't talk about the title yet. We're getting there. We're getting there. I was talking about you saw the SCP film that we talked about the last 2 days. SCP Containment Breach 2025 short film. Here on the Keter Labs YouTube channel on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. It is an SCP movie or a Kickstarter pitch for a full movie based on SCP Containment Breach. SCP Containment Breach, the short film. It is a live action short film that is active. And so, you guys need to go to Keter Labs and watch that today after stream if you haven't seen it yet. Did everything plausible to push it out into the public. Very good, intern Ravehaven, thank you. And that is why, and also because I saw numerous SITE-42 regulars in the comments of that video, I, in fact, did not put SCP-999 in a blender. You guys earned a stay of execution. I stayed by hand because of your diligence as Mobile Task Force SITE-42, codename Signal Boosters. Never, ever think that I'm not a reasonable site director. Indeed. And so, Ace, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Thank you for your second donation as well. Grab yourself some taquitos on your way past the commissary. Money spending time. For For the people who are new to these streams, I happen to spend a lot of money on this channel. Well, we appreciate it for reasons that I will soon reveal, but I would get onto the stream topic, but Marker! Marker! Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. And thank you for making it an exceptionally generous one. Starting the day with the big guns I see, Marker. We thank you so much for your continued support. I'm sure you'll appreciate why it helps in just a minute. But before I do, for your extremely generational generousness today, what I want you to do, I want you to head over, not to the commissary, but to the Foundation's fine dining establishment. Now what you're going to do here is you're going to go through my office, and inside the closet of my office is a way. Capital W, way. These are thaumaturgical portals meant to take people between realms and things like that. And this way goes to the Foundation's fine dining establishment. And once there, you will get to visit, or be visited, by the delectable dishes cooked up by Michelin star chef SCP-5031. Those 6 arms can whip up quite a feast, and you're going to enjoy it one way or another for your generosity. Good afternoon, sir. I woke up and I'm no longer in the Foundation building. Was it Innovation Inc? Whoa, that's a giant-ass fish human thing. This is so weird. There's so much there. Well, that does stifle my plans, but you know what? Once you are recovered, the golden ticket remains. And thank you again. Toasted Bread, welcome to SITE-42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Okay, everyone, I see some more donos here, but I want to start with the stream subject. I want to get that out of the way, then I will return to the Q&A and the donos. So, sometimes we consider our work here at SITE-42. What are we building? Because you see, SITE-42 is kind of remote. I don't have a lot of staff members out here. It's kind of a skeleton crew sometimes. And that means that when I'm talking about making my own SCP Foundation films, animations, games, I'm kind of up a creek for a little bit until I get more crew. And more crew requires more budget, unfortunately. And so my current status is, besides making my own content here on YouTube to broadcast, to help out Mobile Task Force SITE-42, the signal boosters, in bringing us more eyes, more engagement, and sending those eyes and engagement to other projects so we can support those teams and uplift them, get them the support we need. We are one of the SCP Foundation's strongest antennas for broadcasting these things. That I appreciate. But I want to do more. And one way your donations help us do more is because when smaller artists and animators, perchance you've read the title, perhaps they want to start their own SCP animated show, but they're just busy, they don't have the resources, they don't have the views. Well, what we can do is we can collaborate a little bit. Because I've got a little more resources than them. If I can support them in a way, I can up them to a point where they can do their work. At least that's the hope. And one of these situations has borne some fruit. You see, there is an SCP animated show in deep pre-production. As in, this creator has put out a pilot that I've shown you to go look at before. But it didn't perform well enough to their liking, and so they're feeling like dejected. Oh no, I can't really do this. But then I show up and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna give you eyes, and also, I'm gonna give you money. Here's what we're gonna do, we're gonna collab. This person has taken one of my most popular shorts. Some of you might be familiar with our visit to the super cool petting zoo and the floating hand spider. It is only like the most popular video on this channel, or the second most popular. And so, our friendly friend here has done us the honor of, how you say, oh no, don't spoil it yet. I'm still silencing the music. I'm still silencing the music. So what I can do as a creator is I can collaborate. Say hello to SITE-42 in animation.
Here at the super cool petting zoo, you can feed and interact with all of your favorite anomalous entities, such as the floating hand spider. Now, this little critter's diet consists of solely amethyst and human faces, so go ahead and toss that rock in there. You don't have a rock? No!
Okay, but wasn't that animation so smooth, so dynamic? Wasn't that pretty good? Imagine if this person, what am I doing here? Had more support, had more money. Well, with my channel as it is, if I post this, which I will as soon as I finish negotiations with the artist, I need to make sure they get paid and I need to make sure they get proper credit. So when we get this all sorted, I can put this in my YouTube feed, hopefully recoup my investment that I paid to this person. That way we can create a virtuous cycle of continuing to improve their channel. Now, Avery, I can't give you, actually I can. I can give you the channel. And so, this channel, this artist, I actually need to go back into my business email because they're in my business email, not my Discord messages. Also, by the way, please do not email your SCP pitch ideas or roleplay to my business email. That's not what the business email is for, please. So, the YouTube channel of the person whom I have just shown you in this sneak peek, the channel is called SCP Silent Madness. SCP Silent Madness has 2 videos, a short and a long-form pilot for the show. And the long-form pilot only has 854 views. The person is thinking of re-uploading it so they can undead channel it, because they're afraid that after a year this video will not get picked up in the algorithm no matter what we do. But in the meanwhile, you guys can subscribe to SCP Silent Madness, bringing it from 77 subs. We're already jumping up 10 subs. Good work, everybody. And so you should check out their pilot after the stream as well. You see, whether or not they re-upload it for the algorithm, this pilot is really good. It's in the same dynamic, I like to call it, it's kind of Newgrounds-esque if you're an old head like me in the animation online space. It's a lot of simplistic shapes, but they've got a lot of dynamic motion, and there's quite a bit of violence. Remember, this is an SCP Foundation thing, so that is a dangerous game. But yes, Silent Madness is looking to come out of retirement, and I'm looking to help them grow. And so we're collaborating with them on some SITE-42 animated. That way we both can keep growing together and help their channel out. Since I keep saying, people say, wait, what's the channel, what's the channel, what's the channel? Let me just show you, where'd it go? There it went. SCP Silent Madness. Now up to 95 subscribers. Let's see if it jumps even higher. Yep, they're over 100. That should be a nice thing for our friend here to wake up to whenever they wake up. I don't know their time zone. But you guys just got the sneak preview of that short. That short will be going live on all platforms once I have finished paying this good person, and they're going to put a little credit tab on the end. That way it shows where people need to go to see the actual animator. Because it doesn't help if they don't know who the animator is. We have to give credit. We are the SCP Foundation. We support our friends in the community. That's how we do. If we double their subs just by having a stream shout out, that would be so cute. They're up from 77 to 113. If we can get that to 148, that would be hilarious to me. Hilariously good. Okay, so that is our stream subject. If you ever wondered what your donations are going to, that. The more we get up to Markiplier money, the more we are going to finance SCP Productions ourselves. We will have the SITE-42 producer credit in the background. So it'll be like, yeah, we funded that, everyone. So keep an eye out. We're doing our part here. And that means, by proxy, you're doing your part here. So as always, Mobile Task Force SITE-42, I always thank you for your intrepid service. Both the people who are donating directly to make this a quicker process, but also the engagement folks who are spreading the word. It's a teamwork thing. Nice colorful hair, Dr. Sherman. Similar to how YouTubers did colorful hair back in the earlier days of YouTube, like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, and Dan TDM and PewDiePie. Exactly. I felt like branching out a little bit. I've always had my natural colored hair. I thought, let's play with it a little bit. Let's have some fun. We have 1 million subs on YouTube. We might as well enjoy the YouTuber aesthetic for a little bit. Oh, is that Voidy? Is that Voidy in the chat right now? Voidy in the chat, that is the creator of SCP Silent Madness. Voidy, you should look at your YouTube channel because you might have seen a little bit of a change to your channel status. Clone Commando, Cosmic Frappe, Arachnom, and Honeydews. Welcome to SITE-42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. They have changed their displayed name to Voidster, but it is still Voidster, Voidster. I don't know if you were here when I showed them the sneak preview of the short, but you knocked it out of the park. I look forward to finishing the final deets so we can get that uploaded on the timeline. Who is your favorite SCP? Intern Goofy. I always say my favorite SCPs at the end of stream. It's about a tradition around here. And that means that in about 2 hours and 40 minutes, I will list my favorite SCPs. But if you want to hear them earlier, you can either donate to have me just say them outright, or you can cheat, go back to yesterday's stream. I said it at the end of yesterday's stream as well. So otherwise, you can hang out with us till the end of the day, which is pretty fun. What is on the other screen you were looking at? It is either the chat in bigger text that I can more easily scroll and see things, or it is whatever browser window I am looking at, such as the SCP database when you ask me questions, or SCP YouTube channels when I'm trying to support stuff like that. Da, 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 da. Dr. Puppeteer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a caramel frappe on your way past the commissary. And I have risen from the grave again. How's everyone? Well, I'm glad to hear you're not dead, Dr. Puppeteer. Silent Follower, thank you for your 7 months as a level 1 researcher here at SITE-42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Hey, Dr. Sherman, just woke up from a nap. How is you? Hug. I am doing quite well today. I am full of energy, even if my car has a flat tire, which is annoying, and I need to get that fixed, and I don't have time today, but I'll figure it out. I'll get it over to the motor pool. I was just surprised, so I didn't get to go buy coffee, which disappoints me. But then I went to walk to get coffee, and my foot is having much better rehab because I could walk all the way there and back without dying. So you know what? It's the little things. It's the little things. Ace, thank you for donating 2 more times. For the funnies, and hey boss, I don't think you should tell everyone else how to get there with marker as well. Oh, trust me, my staff would never break protocol and disobey my orders. Would they? Jonathan, thank you for your first donation of today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a crunchy taco on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, apparently 682 gained divine powers. Seems like an undocumented deity tried to smite it. At least it usually wears off its adaptations over time. So just follow it where it goes and incapacitate it when the time comes. Just be careful. Keep your distance. Orange Cloud, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a shrimp cocktail on your way past the commissary. 5031, one of my favorite SCPs. Good anomaly. X, I hope Marker enjoys their meal once they finally get there. Undead Nuclear Gamer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. And in case you are unfamiliar, chat, our friend here, Undead Nuclear Gamer, is another SCP shorts creator with some good costumes and some good comedy. So if you're a fellow SCP enjoyer, Undead Nuclear Gamer is someone you should keep an eye on. Need backup in Sector Silent Madness? Drop the sub. Love to see it, Hoss. Love to see it. They are currently up to 120 subscribers. Nearly double, but not quite. They need another 28 subscribers. Who's going to subscribe to SCP Silent Madness so we can get there up there? Terragal, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a... You know what? Grab yourself a pastrami on rye on your way past the commissary. Hello, Dr. Shermdinger. Okay. How's you day going? Mine is going good now that I got some time with 729. Oh, no. 729-J. Oh, that shit came out of nowhere. Oh, you fucker. Oh, no. Okay. Swallow. Not on the rug. Not on the rug. That adorable little bean, but it's screaming for help for some reason ever since I got there. Just lock it in the cell and leave it alone! Dr. Puppeteer, thank you for donating again. I've been dead for a few weeks. My creator took over for me. What's going on? Yes, don't worry. That's a standard regeneration. You're gonna be fine. Just take your time to reacclimate to the land of the living. General Grimm, thank you for your 7-month membership and being an overseer here at SITE-42. We appreciate the leadership that you bring to help us win the battle against the white names. So thank you for your membership and your service. Dr. Sherman, update today on my latest psych evaluations. I've still not shown any signs of insanity, but 1471 has been showing up more often than I'd like. I woke up one time with an animal head on the foot of my bed. Yes, it is going to torment you for eternity unless you can find some way to remove it, which we have not found a way to do so. So, I guess for your sanity, you just gotta learn to get used to it. Ace, thank you for donating again. Was that would they a shot at me stealing coffee? I don't know. Was it? I think I saw Radiger uploaded a video as well recently. You are correct, Dr. Frogman. Radiger, friend of the channel and your favorite SCP YouTuber's favorite SCP YouTuber, has just uploaded or released for public. It was in members only for a little bit. Early access. which I have because I support Radiger. It is a breakdown of SCP-5798, The Drain Snake, a writing breakdown. This is an excellent video to watch because Radiger is one of the best SCP YouTubers. Again, your favorite SCP YouTuber's favorite SCP YouTuber. And what she does is she breaks down the tropes that build the suspense and the release of that article. That way, you can successfully learn some critical script analysis and detailing so that you can learn to write your own SCPs more effectively. So Radiger's video on her YouTube channel, Radiger, watch it. Philip November, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a chocolate chip cookie on your way past the commissary. Hold on a second. When did second classification become a thing? Philip November, I'm not exactly sure what you're mentioning. Are you talking about how alongside object class now, we now have risk class and danger class? I think that started happening more often in series 4 or 5. I don't remember exactly when the anomaly classification system got updated, but it was a couple of years ago at least. It's just, you know, everyone mistakes safe, Euclid, and Keter, the object classes, as danger instead of containment difficulty, because that's all they mean. They mean how hard is it to contain. It has nothing to do with danger. There are world-ending safe classes and cuddly Keters. And so you gotta be clear there. And so adding a risk class, danger class allowed us to be more clear on our documentation, giving people a better idea of what they expect when they go into researching these documents. There's a Dr. Ghost Fox, I believe. Dr. Ghost Fox, you may not know the rules around the Site-42 area, so let me let you know. On this channel, Site-42 of the SCP Foundation, we have a chat rule that we do not speak about the character known as Dr. Bright. That is because the character known as Dr. Bright was the author avatar and self-insert of a person who was banned from the community for egregious acts and alleged further acts, to the point where, in respect to the victims, much of the SCP creator community, the wiki itself, has deleted the entire Dr. Bright character. Just got rid of it because there was no salvaging it. The personality traits that made Dr. Bright so fun are also the traits. Check is the signal back up. We seem to be having a problem with SCP-079. Please tell me it's returned. That would be nice. Excellent. Okay, we have rebuffed the AI. Meanwhile, Vivo Edits, Skid, and Lexi Lovegood. Welcome to Site-42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Long story short, I don't know where I got interrupted. On this channel, we don't talk about Dr. Bright. The info you want to understand why is at the last death of Dr. Jack Bright on this channel. I'm not mad at you, but don't break the rules past now that you know. Marker, thank you for donating again. Speaking of, can someone please save me? They put me in a cage. I'm just being watched and they are hooking me up to shit. Don't worry, we have a group on our way to pick you up. You're gonna be fine. Don't worry about it, you're gonna be fine. If your audio is cutting out, you may need to close the stream and reopen it. That usually fixes it for people. Zov, thank you for your 3-month member message as a level 1 researcher here at Site-42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Your methods are a bit extreme, Doctor. We die in the dark so that they can live in the light. We deal with extreme measures all the time. You gotta get used to that. Terminal X Gaming, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a chicken pot pie on your way past the commissary. Sir, SCP-40K got out again. We don't have that many SCPs. We just barely got over 9,000 of them. What? If you're in a universe where there are that many SCPs, I do not relish the amount of paperwork you have to do. Ah, yes, as Desk is currently asleep, let me continue here. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Whoever you were, SCP-067 is considered spam in our chat due to the fact that we've heard the meme way too much. Suffice it to say, the actual SCP-067 is a fountain pen that if you hold it, it takes over your arm and either draws an extremely beautiful piece of artwork or your entire life biography, even things that you don't remember, it's so accurate. But there is no SCP-67. That is not how this works around these parts. Dark Duality, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a Pop-Tart on your way past the commissary. Wow, just saw the thing and did all that stuff. We just witnessed a case of SCP-PTSD. Ooh, yep. Go see the on-site therapist to deal with that, that's for sure. Woof. Do you know every SCP that's been documented? Entity, cool kid, I have no idea. There are over 9,000 of them. I have read a lot of them, more than most people, but I can only keep so much information in the old noggin, especially with how often we have to amnesticize ourselves due to the horrors that we witness. So, no, I don't know them all. Ace, thank you for donating again. I'll take that as a yes. Okay, then. Know that I've got my eye on you, then. Terragal, thank you for donating again. I think 729... Dash J. Oh. Is scared of me or something because I once left it, started to calm down, and is no longer screaming for help. Weird, oh well. If this is true, it could provide a vital resource against that thing. We will have to continue testing. For everyone wondering why I have such a visceral reaction to... Prepare yourself, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. SCP-729-J. You just simply need to read the document on the SCP database. It is the worst. It is the most horrible, most disgusting thing that exists. It killed 682. It scared 096 and 106 away from it. We do not fuck with that thing. Ace, thank you for donating again. The Discord is going to be a fun place after this. After what? I'm not sure what you're speaking of. Kaneke Kingstrom. Storm, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a hot link on your way past the commissary. This community is something else, and somehow it keeps surprising me with never-ending expansions. What exactly makes SCPs what they are? So the formula that makes SCP what it is compared to other forms of writing is it is a particularly formatted style of creepypasta. Remember, at the end of the day, we are just a fan fiction site, like any other. But we have the community vote, which moderates quality, so that our archive has a higher quality standard bar than something like fanfiction.net or AO3. That said, we are just doing elevated creepypasta soda bit. And elevated is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. Some might say it's not heavy elevated at all, but I think it's elevated. But yes, you're writing a creepypasta, but you're formatting it as a spooky document. And therefore, you've got the SCP. And because we have the Creative Commons release, it allows people to remix, reuse, and freely join the community, which has allowed us to grow a lot more than most other collaborative projects. I think it's a great bit of alchemy that it accidentally came together this way. Notorious Gaming, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a Snickers on your way past the commissary. At least the problem is 079, not 72. 9SJ. Oh. You're right. It could be worse. Orange Cloud, thank you for donating again. What would happen if we put all our favorite liquid coffee machines was put in the clockwork machine and set to the fourth setting? I forgot which one it is. That setting is fine, because you have very rough, 1-to-1, fine, and very fine. And so the liquids would just be affected in the way they're affected by 914. You're talking about a litany of liquids, which is a lot to go over, but suffice it to say, if you put them in on fine, their effect will be improved a modicum. Thank you, Charger Plays. You are correct. It is coarse, not rough. My bad. I haven't looked at that part of the article for a while. Usually I'm just talking to people who are asking about different experiments we've done. I haven't actually looked at the main document in a while. Ace, thank you for donating again. Since Desk is asleep, all hail Dr. Sherman Mandela Catalog, Destroyer of 6-7. Well, I mean, that's just my proper title, so you don't need Desk asleep for that. That's just well honorable to call me by my proper name. What the hell? Joa, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some Twizzlers on your way past the commissary. How many people beg for 1471? The fact that Mallow, the entity, is completely incorporeal or intangible, and therefore cannot do any of the thing these horny bastards want to do with it, eludes most of them because they don't know how to read. They should learn how to read, so they should learn what they can and can't fraternize with. Even though they're not allowed to fraternize with it anyway because it's against protocol, it's also just simply not physically possible. I don't understand these people. Josh Foster, Mooney Drop, and Audie Gamble. Welcome to SITE-42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. I can't read. I'm an SCP fan. Lord Comedy, that is so much more depressing when it is literally a writing community that you're doing that for. That Undertale reference, shout out to Shay, but it hurts even more when you're a fan of a writing community. Dear God. And by God in this case, I'm not talking about Dear God specifically, capital D, capital G. No, not that one. I'm talking about SCP-029-J, codename Uber Driver Jesus, because I need to get a frickin' ride away from those people. What happens if I kiss SCP-049? Intern Sigma Boy. SCP-049's touch is lethal. You would die. And anyways, you wouldn't be allowed to. It's against protocol. Stop it. Marker, thank you for donating again. I'm supposed to be watching SCP-72. This Jeep! Oh. I don't know why you guys are you're so obsessed with that thing today? It kind of bonded with me, so maybe it misses me. You all are writing fricking fan fiction of that thing in your heads. It is a ruthless murderer and terror. It does not like you. It is waiting for you to turn your back to obliterate you. Get it right. Agent PH, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a lemonade on your way past the commissary. Get me out of 049 cell. Sincerely, Agent PH. Yes, you should not be in there. There's no human testing for 049 at this time. Get out of there. Stay away from 049 for the time being. We'll open the door eventually. Skillet Water, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a blueberry muffin on your way past the commissary. What do you think of the new SCP-9000 winner, Doc? The Trench by, I believe, is that Dune? J. Dune is the Trench, right? J. Dune, the Trench. Yes. I thought it was a pretty good story. A lot of the current SCP Wiki's authors, you know, art evolves over time. And the more you're exposed to the same thing, the more you think about it, the more you want something different just for different sake, or the more you realize things are worse than they appeared in the first place. A lot of SCP authors don't like using D-Class in their stories. They see the Foundation as a little more moral nowadays, and human sacrifice for cheap thrills is both not moral enough for the Foundation as well as not a good writing tactic. It's played out, they say. But J. Dune here took the D-Class and the unethical treatment that the Foundation does and brought it right back into the forefront in a very well-written sense. And so I think it's cool to rehash the D-Class in a way that extrapolates upon them, that brings more to them. Because it is a high-class part, a high-key important part of the Foundation's history. I don't think it's right to just cut D-Class out of the lore entirely. Plus, I have a D-Class jumpsuit, and I wouldn't get to use it as for certain videos if we didn't have D-Class anymore. Desk! Good to see you. Awake and well. I told them that you were having a hibernation. They asked me why desks sleep. I told them I don't have an answer for that. But good to see you up and active. We have a very active chat today, so good to have you on hand. Furthermore, since you just got here and since we've been streaming for about 45 minutes, how about I do a quick refresher on a couple things? Number one, hey there, in case you're new to the stream, I'm Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director of SITE-42 of the SCP Foundation, and this is Dr. Sherman's Office Hours, a subsidiary of the Anomalous broadcast from SITE-42. Every day for the last 7 months and counting, the streak remains strong. I have gone on stream daily to open my office doors and tell you guys about the inner workings of the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff that contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. Fandom, I'm here for the next 2 hours and 15 minutes. Meanwhile, I will tell you about the stream subject one more time. There is a very, very small SCP YouTube channel attempting to start an SCP animated series. This channel is called SCP Silent Madness. Now, they have 122 subscribers. Now, when we started this stream, they had 77. I'm hoping they hit at least 148, because giving them double the subscribers would be very cool. No, it's 154. Get your mathematics right, Dr. Sherman. I want them to have 154 subs by the time we reach the end of this stream. They have a pilot episode for their SCP animated series. And so you can see inside the containment facility. You can see things are happening. You can see, oh no, the peanut. Oh no, not the peanuts. Oh yeah, and they are all, it's a SCP project, so you've gotta suggest and expect some violence. We gotta shoot some guys. We gotta shoot some anomalies. We gotta escape the scenario. So this gets pretty dire. I'm here to give you just a preview of that. You can go and subscribe to that as well as watch it, and therefore you can see the rest of that pilot. But also, in the interest of informing you all about some of what happens when you do donate to Site-42, I have reached out to this creator, and besides giving them hype on the Site-42 platform, which your donations help me to do because the more often I can do this, I can quit my day job and just keep being this antenna for the SCP Foundation. But also, simply, why not donate directly to the SCP artists, collaborate with them in a manner that gets us more SCP art. And so this right here, stop it, don't spoil it yet, don't spoil it, is a collaboration between SCP Silent Madlist creator Voidster and Site-42. I have commissioned them to make an SCP animation of one of our most popular videos. If you know us from any video, it's probably this one.
Here at the super cool petting zoo, you can feed and interact with all of your favorite anomalous entities, such as the floating hand spider. Now, this little critter's diet consists of solely amethyst and human faces, so go ahead and toss that rock in there. You don't have a rock? No!
So I'm sorry, is that not hype? Does that camera not dynamically swoop very well? Does that not look fire? You won't say anything to convince me it looks bad because it looks great. And so, we are here doing our best to support SCP artists, both by literally just throwing money at them, giving them work, which then can support them to do their work, and also giving them hype so that you guys can help them out. So thank you, Mobile Task Force Sci-42, codenamed Signal Boosters, for either your direct donations that help us out, or by your signal boosting creators that we give the signal boost signal to. That way we can help them get bigger and better as well. We thank you for your service and your support of the SCP community. Coming back to the chat. And tonight, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a turducken on your way past the commissary. Alert from Precog Division. We are presently engaged on doing a reality-ending bad future. On a related note, to Dr. Sherman, do not try using Mariah Carey to make the tree scream. Dr. Knight just got her latest instincts contained. Well, we need to release Mariah for the ritual. It's an annual thing, so you can't lock it down too hard. Otherwise, we won't be able to get her out in time to... Virugo Mexica and Gabby, welcome to Site-42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. In case you don't know, the likes, Dr. Sherman. Grossa man, you are correct. At this current time, the likes are higher than the viewer count, which means the YouTube algorithm is going to bring us more fans of the SCP community who we can divert to SCP projects to help us support the SCP Wiki and its authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, etc. So thank you for hitting that like button and keeping the ball rolling, although I will warn you, we've had very high fluctuations of viewers today. I've seen the viewer count get up as high as 350 today, and if you guys don't hit that like button enough, we might sink under the radar again. So keep hitting that like button as you can so that we can make sure to future-proof our like count. Tilly, happy almost birthday. Terragal, thank you for donating again. Wait, I get to test with the adorable little bean. When do we start? I'm looking forward to mandatory time, which I won't say at this time, but you... It's only waiting to find a way to end you. It's lulling you into a false sense of security. I can't believe you would fall for such a simple ploy. Amber, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a lightly fried fish fillet on your way past the commissary. SCP is a creative writing site, which is the platonic ideal of why the hell not. The Pope said something really cool the other day. The Pope said something really cool the other day regarding artificial intelligence and art and things like that. And I would like to share it for you. The Pope speaketh. The logic of algorithms tends to repeat what, quote, works, but art opens up what is possible. Not everything has to be immediate or predictable. Defend slowness when it serves a purpose, silence when it speaks, and difference when evocative. Beauty is not just a means of escape. It is above all an invocation. When cinema is authentic, it does not merely console, but challenges. It articulates the questions that dwell within us, and sometimes even provokes tears that we did not know we needed to express. How about that, Mr. Pope? I'm on board with this Pope message. That is exceptionally fire writing right there. The logic of algorithms tends to repeat what works, but art opens up what is possible. Hell yes. And Amber, there you go with the same vibe. Why the hell not? There is no reason why the hell not. Try it. Make it. Do it. Work it harder. Make it better. Do it faster. Makes us stronger. Zero, thank you for your 7-month member message, and thank you for being an overseer here at SITE-42. We appreciate your membership and your service and the leadership you're bringing to help us win the battle against the white names. My last message was supposed to be a milestone. Is there an SCP you would keep as a roommate? One that doesn't get enough love from me? It would be a bottomless cat, always a clean litter box, or SCP-205. Sorry for the dupe message. I didn't see the message twice. So something might be going wrong on your end, but we've only got the one message, 0. And if I had a roommate as an SCP, SCP-008-J, codename Jeff. Chill dude, not too messy, and is barely around because he's always escaping Foundation custody. Jeff is a mensch. I'm just poking my nose over here. SITE-42 staff, I just want you to know SCP Silent Madness, the YouTube channel, is up to 139 subscribers. Seeing that we want an SCP animated series to happen, it would behoove us to subscribe to that channel some more. If you want to subscribe to that channel, especially and get it up to that 154, doubling its subscribers in one day. I'm just saying. If you haven't subscribed, this is a good time to subscribe to SCP Silent Madness so we can have more SCP animated series. I gotta skip ahead here. Low key, thank you for your first and exceptionally generous donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. On your way to the commissary, I want you to stop before you walk in. Janitor's closet on the left. You don't need to do the good guy knock. This one we just hide it in plain sight. You run in there, and hidden on the back shelf, way at the top where no one's going to look or reach it, you're going to find a vial of SCP-1600, codename the Philosopher's Cheese. You can make whatever cheese you want, and I will keep a blind eye. Whatever cheese you want to try with the Philosopher's Cheese, it's yours. Thank you for your exceptional generosity. 051, 4, 8, and 12 are all playing Chutes and Ladders in the commissary. Why does 4 look like a snake? Why does 8 look like a shark humanoid thing? Why are they all so weird, and why do I look dizzy? Are they cognitohazardous? Well, yes, they are all cognitohazardous. They are using filters to blind your perception so you don't recognize them. That way you can't identify them down the line. Stop looking at them. And also, don't go anywhere near their board game night. They are insanely competitive. Last time, 8 shot 3 in the arm for a cheat move that wasn't even really a cheat move. Notorious Gaming, thank you for donating again. Is it me or would 7-2? SJ make a great end boss? No, because I want to actually be able to beat the end boss, and that thing would fuck us all up. Ace, thank you for donating again. The boss nearly broke character twice. I love this stream. I have no idea what you're talking about, and neither does author Sherman. Austin, Lightning McQueen, Kachow, Reyna, Quinn, and Tessa. Welcome to SITE-42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. America, thank you for your first donation of today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself some licorice on your way past the commissary. And since you didn't send a message with that dono, simply thank you for your generosity. Researcher Last, thank you for your first donation of today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a flapjack on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, an intern lost an anomalous mini fridge. No! Those had portals! We need those! Get it back! Find the mini fridge that has a portal. We were going to use that for stuff. Dapper, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a saltwater taffy on your way past the commissary. Won't you help the lonely kitten? Well, if it's anomalous, I'll help it into a containment cell. Is that what you mean? Low key, good luck with your call. We'll see you when you get back. Chazface, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself an ice cool glass of melonade on your way past the commissary. Y'all got boost bars in that commissary vending machine? Hello from England, by the way. You know, I wouldn't be shocked, but you should check and find out on your way to get that melonade. And hello from California of the United States. Is Massachusetts an SCP? Intern Bennington, the answer is absolutely yes. SCP-4006, codename, #Massachusetts, is about the anomaly that encompasses the entire state of Massachusetts. In that, Massachusetts doesn't exist. Everyone who thinks they live in Massachusetts actually live on the exterior border in the states surrounding Massachusetts, but no one actually lives in the landmass that people call Massachusetts. Strange anomaly, SCP-4006. Check it out on the database. Bagpipe masochist. Well, anyone playing a bagpipe with their ears open should be that, wouldn't they? I'm just kidding. Bagpipe music is great. But thank you for becoming a level 1 researcher here at SITE-42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Rebel Commander, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a Milky Way on your way past the commissary. Check Don Gadon's 682 animation. It's really good. I am unfamiliar with this, but Desk, I think, has pulled it up in the back channel. Let me bring this up. 5 minutes, 33 seconds. It's a little too long for me to want to watch the whole of on stream. I can't yap if I'm watching a whole thing. But I can take a quick peek. Let's see, what do I want to show you? Foundation, Lizard. a fairly simple animation, but sounds good. So, I'll give you a quick sneak preview. And you deserved it. In a vat of acid, to be clear. But we couldn't survive it. This is giving kind of an analog horror vibe, isn't it? The way it's moving, the way it's animated. Wait, what? Okay. Cool. Love seeing more SCP stuff on the world, for sure. The Inevitable End of All But Me, SCP-682 animation from 6 days ago. Written on the Don Gadon's YouTube channel. If you want to check out that full thing, and hey, thanks to whomever that was who sent that my way. Who sent that my way? That was Rebel Commander? Well, tell him Rebel Commander and Dr. Sherman sent you if you comment on it. SITE-42, more SCP animations, please, in the world. I would enjoy it. Hopping back into the chat, it needs a refreshing. Java name, thank you for gifting 20 SITE-42 memberships to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. Chatters, if you got a membership from Java name, make sure to thank them for their generosity. Researcher Last, thank you for donating again. Found at my desk, they saw the property of sticker. Wait, what? Ah, okay. Well, I'm glad it's found. Now let's get into testing. Ace, thank you for donating again. I have the Anomalous mini fridge. I thought it was a normal mini fridge. In my defense, it wasn't in containment. Well, yes, we have to transfer it to containment to run our tests. We're thinking with portals here. So I'm glad it came back. Dapper, thank you for donating again. For your information, somebody let the 131s loose again. Help find. No, they're allowed to wander the site on current protocols, right? They're not loose. They're just harmless and adorable, so we let them run around. That's as far as I know. Let me very quickly here. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right, Java name. 131s are loose. I was looking up the 131s. That's right. SCP-131. I believe they're just allowed to wander the site. Containment protocols. No special safety procedures, free to travel around Site-19 so long as they do not attempt to enter any restricted areas. So yeah, they're chill. Don't worry about it. Let me get this over here so I don't lose it. Wow, tabs are getting a little crazy over here. I might need a second browser soon. Agent PH, thank you for donating again. 049 is trying to slice my fur off. Well, don't let it touch you. Its touch is lethal. Stay away from it. All right, chat is refreshed. Kiami, welcome to SITE-42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Can you please read E is for Eternity, the most distressing SCP in my opinion, but I haven't read 8980 yet. It's pretty short and horrifying, and I love it. Researcher Vidal. So yeah, is that from a previous anthology, yes? Because Ergophobia was E in the, so this is the anthology from 2022. E is for Eternity, Tactical Theology. I do remember this one. This one is a little existential for sure. I am familiar with this anomaly, yes. But again, 8980 is not existential. 8980 is viciously distressing. It is actively distressing. Voidster, you're back. For those who don't know, Voidster is the animator behind SCP Silent Madness. Now that they're in their chat, how do you feel that your YouTube channel has nearly doubled in subscribers? Are you feeling, I don't know, motivated to make SCP content? Collaborations with SITE-42, your own SCP series? Is this going to happen? Are we barking up the right tree here? I sure hope so. Do you know the SDV Foundation? I have no idea what that is. Intern High, I do not know what an SDV is. It seems like some sort of working thing, a platform for Microsoft? What you talking about, Willis? I don't understand how that's relevant here. If the SCP Foundation put SCP-018 in a ring of energy and bounced at light speed, do you technically have infinite energy? Intern somebody who saw nothing along with the rest of you. What do you mean by ring of energy? And the question becomes, how much infinite bounce velocity does it take to break through energy? One could say that it's actually quite easy for a solid object to go through energy, such as bouncing a ball through fire. If the ball doesn't melt or get obliterated, it just goes through. Therefore, I mean, what are you talking about? Hard light? You need to be a little more clear on your situation here. We're dealing with a very difficult physics problem if you're trying to use SCP-018's momentum to harness infinite energy. Haunted Researcher, welcome back from the dead and to Mobile Task Force Captainship here at SITE-42. We appreciate your membership, your service, and being alive. Do you think it'd be funny if we made a fake 173 and put it in a hallway and 05 was going down? I mean, it would be funny to watch what the overseers did to you afterwards. That would be funny. What is the most rare SCP? Intern Dado? You're dealing with the fact that most SCPs are one of a kind. That is about as rare as it gets. So it's not, there are more SCPs that have multiple iterations, but the answer to your question is every SCP that only has one of it, I guess. Favorite non-SCP anomaly? Anomalies outside of the SCP Foundation sphere. There are all sorts of good, interesting monsters and creatures and things that go bump in the night. Today, I'm going to go with early era Ben Drowned. That was quite the interesting anomaly. But I mean, I'm an anomaly enthusiast, so you might see a different answer the next time you ask me. Researcher Last, thank you for donating again. Am I allowed to expense for a new mini fridge? You shouldn't have to. If the one we got you was anomalous, then you should just get a replacement. That should be pretty easy. Intern Phase 20. Somehow, Mallow found the machine that I made that makes things tangible, and now she's in my room. First and foremost, any entities that are anomalous are objects, not people. They are its, not he's, not she's. Second, please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation. Secondly, I did not ask to read your dream diary erotic fan fiction, okay? I know that didn't happen. I know you're just dreaming and having a little fun, but not on company time, and we don't fraternize with anomalies. Haunted Researcher, thank you for your first donation of today's stream, as well as being a newly minted member. Make sure to grab yourself a banana waffle on your way past the commissary. If there was an SCP movie, what SCP would you guys want to see in it? If there was an SCP movie. Well, are we talking about SCP Containment Breach, the live-action SCP short film by Keter Labs here on YouTube? Live action Ronald Reagan cut up while talking. We don't need to look at that guy right now. Nope, ignore him. We don't like that guy. This guy's fine. Good fashion sense with that Hawaiian shirt. We appreciate that. Keep your eye on it, otherwise it'll kill you. Oh, keep your eye on it or it's gonna kill you. Oh, didn't work. No bueno. If you want to watch that, it's available at Keter Labs on YouTube right now. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell them Dr. Sherman sent you. Refreshing the chat. I meant an actual fully fledged movie. Well, of course you did, but if I didn't advertise the new project and they're using that to kickstart a fully fledged movie, then I wouldn't be doing my job here at SITE-42, so of course I'm going to do that. Also, if I were going to make an SCP movie, you know what I'm in the mood for today? Because, you know, I have so many ideas, I have so many that I want to do. I want to do the Murphy Law movie. Give me Murphy Law, turning SCP facilities into film noir movies, getting crazy with the Tommy gun. Yes, that'd be fun. Java Name, thank you for gifting another SITE-42 membership to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. We appreciate your generosity, and hey, if you got that membership from Java Name, make sure to thank them for that generosity. Kiki and Grizzly, welcome to SITE-42 staff, thank you for subscribing. Dr. Sherman, why is your hair colored? Because it looks good. It is fashionable. I'm not a tattoo guy, I don't like needles, and so I can color my hair, and it's not permanent. You can change the colors whenever you want. So, yeah, I think it looks great. I get lots of compliments. People think it looks good. Why else do we do fashion except to look and feel good out there? Enjoy yourselves. Ace, thank you for donating again. My phone died again. What did I miss? Well, it seems like you missed charging your phone. Charge your phone. Isn't Murphy's Law the thing where everything that could go wrong will go wrong? Yes, Lord Comedy, that is correct, but Murphy Law, without the apostrophe S, is an anomaly inside Foundation custody at times and escaping Foundation custody at times, originating in the article SCP-3043 before getting its own article, SCP-3143. And so, if you like cheesy film noir, this is the place. Also, our audio readings of Murphy Law, our reading of 3043, is one of my favorite things I've ever made. I had guest voices, all the sound effects like a radio play. Our Murphy Law reading is peak. And so we have a Murphy Law playlist here of multiple articles. Are the outer gods from Lovecraft considered SCPs like Azathoth, Yog-Sothoth, Nyarlathotep, or others? Intern Loretta. It is not an SCP unless it fulfills a couple qualifications here. Number 1, it's anomalous. Number 2, it's on the SCP Wiki. And 3, as an SCP article. If it is not all those 3 things, it could be anomalous, but not an SCP. All of those have inspired SCPs, but I don't believe they are SCPs in and of themselves, although Desk is running a check for me. So we will see what Desk digs up. Are there other SCPs you want to see in the movie, maybe lesser known ones? I mean, come on. You know me and my love for the SCP community. I want to see all of them in movies or shows in one way or another. The question is, what SCP don't I want to see in a show or a movie? The answer is none of them. Put them all in there. What SCP was the Flesh? I think you're thinking about SCP-610, the Flesh that hates. Dr. Sherman, would Fortnite be considered an anomalous universe since it teleports characters from other universes into its universe and supposedly exists in every universe because of the 0 point? Well, if we're assuming that Fortnite is real and not, in fact, a video game, then yes, that would be quite anomalous that people are dimension hopping. Clearly. I forgot what the alien mantis number is. Intern Youch, are you talking about SCP-7999? The one where the mantises are our friends from outer space and their planet is doomed and we're very sad about it? Is that what you're talking about? Doing Argentine tango with a mantis in Paris? Sounds adorable. I need to go to Paris, and I need to find a fellow ballroom dancer who can dance Argentine tango while wearing a mantis costume. All right, chat is refreshed. Chat is refreshed. I already gave up asking questions like that in stream. You're better off just going to Dr. Sherman's Discord and getting writing advice in there in the writing advice chat. Well, I don't know what Mr. Skulls is asking, but Lanny, you make up a good point. There's only so much I can answer here in the chat when it comes to writing advice, and also, I am not, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Critiquing articles at this point, because with 1 million followers, you get asked so much that if I agreed and fairly answered everybody for a critique who asked, I would not be able to keep up. And then I wouldn't be making any content, so we gotta watch out for that. But if you're only asking what the object class is, Mr. Skulls, that depends on, I mean, if fire breath is hotter than a supernova, it could probably breach containment, so it sounds like a Keter. You really ought to think critically and consider that for yourself rather than asking such a simple question, because I tell you this, I tell you what, grumpy old man time. Grumpy old Dr. Sherman time. Most of the problem with these damn kids and also these damn adults who want to write, but they don't write, it's because they're not thinking. You gotta use your critical thinking skills. If the object class is safe, Euclid, and Keter, refer to containment difficulty. If something's easy to contain, it's safe. If it's medium, it's Euclid. If it's hard to contain, it is, in fact, Keter. You could answer that question on your own, and the reason you didn't is because you found it easier to ask me. But if you had done the research for yourself, perhaps you could have come to that answer and have stronger brain muscles for it. This is one of the biggest problems with our chat GPT generations going on, is people are getting too lazy to do research, too lazy to find answers, too lazy to scan and do the work to research and learn certain things. And that is how you grow your skill and talent to be a capable writer or anything else on this damn planet. So make sure you're doing your research. Make sure you're studying for yourself. If you got a question and it seems like it could be answered pretty simply, you should seek out that answer and work out the research muscles in your brain. That way, you are the type of person who figures shit out instead of having it handed to you. I had the wrong idea about a class of SCVs. I thought it was how dangerous it is. So many people do. So many people do. And so, again, the database will tell you. All right, Cutie Violet. Guilt tripping the streamer does not get you answers. I have not seen your questions, but I see I'm leaving because you haven't answered. You've got my attention, but it's not in a great way. There are nearly 200 people here. You've got to take your turns with the other 200 people here getting your questions answered, please. I'm not trying to chastise you, but I am a little, because you're acting in an antisocial way that will cause you problems down the line when you have this kind of scenario in other communities. I'm hoping that if I tell you this now, you won't make this mistake in the future, and therefore you will do better in the future and the world will be a better place. That does go for all of you. I think I saw some new subscribers. Let me double check real quick. Where'd it go? Oh, too far. Unknown channel. Tefine. And Takaya. Welcome to SITE-42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Ace, thank you for donating again. You really inspired me. I dyed my hair similar to yours and I'm in progress of making an SCP doc with my friend voicing the 2D class. Oh, wow. Well, best of luck to you with your work on your SCP document with your little group project. That's wonderful. And I hope your hair looks shiny and fashionable. Desk has informed me of our Cthulhu question earlier. That we have a tale called I Was a Teenage Shoggoth Ween cover. I don't know what that is, but it is at least naming itself in relation to Yog Shoggoth. SCP-2662 is, of course, Cthulhu Fuck Off, which is a teenage Cthulhu, not really the big Cthulhu of Mythos, but homage. And then, of course, SCP-427 is the Lovecraftian Locket, but that's just Lovecraftian in name, not of actual Lovecraftian lore. Are people SCPs? Intern Cheeseburger only if they have anomalous abilities and are contained by the Foundation. I'm very new to making games, but I'm wondering if I should make a game inspired by the SCP Foundation in 2D and make it like really, really far into the future or something. Intern Alkanese, first of all, I'm always going to be the one who says, yes, make a fucking SCP game. Do it. Do it. You won't. Do it. Come on. I dare you. Show me. Show me your SCP game. Bet you won't. Bet you won't. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Gonna do it. Gonna do it. We'll see. But furthermore, yes, 2D is perfectly fine. I've been waiting for someone to make like an RPG Maker SCP game, going around the SCP facility, talking to characters, containment breach happens, stuff goes down, very story focused, rather than simply the standard shooter that we get a lot of in this community. So yeah, I'd be in hand for that. A time check, Dr. Frogman. We are exactly halfway through today's stream. So we have 90 minutes left after this past 90 minutes. Could Bugs Bunny finally kill 682? I'm tired of his plot. Intern Shaolin Man, first of all, 682 is an anomaly. It is not a person, it is an object. It's an it's, not a he, not a she, an it's. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation. Furthermore, 682 is basically the creepy lizard Bugs Bunny of SCP. So no, Bugs is not going to win that fight because they're both going to keep bugsing each other back and forth. One is just grumpier about it. What was the SCP movie you recommended again? I already forgot. Haunted Researcher, throw me a frickin' bone here. We're talking about SCP Containment Breach 2005 short film on the YouTube channel Keter Labs. It's got about 2.7K views. I think we can do a little better at that at supporting such a project. So more viewers, more subscribers. I'm sorry. You're quite all right. No, I said 2025, didn't I? I thought I said 2025. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Researcher Last, thank you for donating again. A 5th Anomalous mini fridge has been located. Oh, we're gonna have a pretty powerful portal network once we get that all set. Dude, Toon Force is the ultimate power in all the universes. I refuse to give 682 access to that. Desk, it doesn't really matter what you refuse or don't refuse to do. It already has it. That's the problem. Soon we'll have more mini fridges than Jizai. Yeah, we're about there, you're right. Bareal and Stupid Men, welcome to SITE-42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. SCP-682 versus SCP-682, how would that fight go? They wouldn't fight each other. They don't hate each other, they hate humanity. They would team up and fight us. It would not go well for us. Dr. Sherman, I'm kind of a journalist studying and was wondering where I would message you about an interview regarding your experiences in SCP. Intern Kaiba, I have a business email. It is within the pinned chat link, which is our support link. Beacons.ai/site42 is where you go to see where you can find Dr. Sherman on other platforms, including our business email. As I said at the beginning of stream, please do not use my business email for role-playing or submitting your SCP ideas. It is for legitimate SCP Site-42 business in helping to build the community and work with companies and film crews and game devs and all that. So please, let's keep that open for professional business. What happened to the other 41 sites? Intern Man, they're fine. We have many sites, up in the hundreds. So yeah, they're fine. Nothing wrong going on. Except for 13. 13 is a problem. Intern Logan, I see that you are, quote, desperate for me to answer your question. However, you should really take a more low-key angle towards your desperation, because this is a very simple question that I have answered in the past. What would happen if you put the peanut in a concrete room, then filled the room with more concrete? You do remember that 173 deposits on the floor of its enclosure a mixture of blood and feces from unknown persons at a rate of, I'm sorry, how much is it? Achromatic abatement. 17 kilos of offal every 24 hours. 17 kilos of blood and shit. That is 37 pounds of blood and shit. 37 pounds. And what happens when you encase that completely in concrete? The pressure inside builds up until the concrete block you have created splits and it gets out. You've got to consider the blood and shit. Otherwise, you're just setting yourself up for failure. Kryptonite Gamer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a chimichanga on your way past the commissary. What's one experiment the ethics board will not let you conduct? They still won't let me test that thing with SCP-4521. Even though we know for a fact it would make the tree scream, they're holding me back. They're holding back my research. They're holding back science. And all that is good. Ace, thank you for donating twice more. Okay, now Apple won't let me donate. Typo, and I fixed it. Okay, it looks like you're back. Thank you for donating again and again, and good luck with your continued donations. We appreciate you donating the SITE-42 cause. Rebel Commander, thank you for donating again. Can the blood be used for blood donations? It's mixed with feces. No. And even if it weren't, we don't know where that blood comes from. It's anomalous. We would not give that to a person. Where can we submit SCP ideas or roleplay requests? Is that via DM or? Intern Lonnie. So you wouldn't submit those things to me at all. For instance, even though we have a SITE-42 Discord server, it is not the same environment as chat. It is a behind-the-scenes, out-of-character space, just to talk about the SCP fandom among friends. It is not a roleplay area. Furthermore, you're not going to get me in an SCP roleplay scenario because I am working 27 hours a day. I do my streams to talk to you guys, and then I get back to research. So with that, you wouldn't be submitting that to me, although I can recommend several SCP, actually I can only recommend one SCP role-playing Discord server. It's called SITE-01. And they have a pretty big, robust community of SCP role-players. That's the tree you would want to bark up there. And for submitting SCP ideas, you should only submit those if you're submitting them to, say, a green light to get the ability to write it yourself. You see, people come up with SCP ideas all the time. The hard part is writing the damn article. And so a million good ideas are out there, but they don't matter until someone makes them. So don't submit your idea to me. Make your idea a reality. That's how you do it. Derpy Bear, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a rice ball on your way past the commissary. I found a glitched door. What do I do? Elaborate. What do you mean, glitched door? Are you playing a video game and a door has a glitch? Is there a glitch in real life? Do you live in the Matrix? Are things digital constructs to you? I'm a little confused. Help me out. Holdini, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Go ahead and get yourself a jellied donut on your way past the commissary. And since you did not send a message, but just simply a good job, Corgi, thank you for your generosity. Dr. Sherman, what's your favorite 001 proposal? Intern Matt, my favorite SCP-001 proposal is The World's Gone Beautiful, otherwise known as Lily's proposal. It is short, it is evocative, it is beautiful, and if the world's gotta end, I hope it ends that way. Dr. Sherman, not sure if you remember, but I looked into the Anomalous diamond brick. It's just a brick. We don't know who made it. So yes, Ravehaven, I would assume then that we discovered that due to its size, it was unnatural in a way that we decided it should be locked away. Diamond. A 24,000 carat diamond cut in the size and shape of a common construction brick. Found in South Africa. Storage pending identification of source. Yes, so we do not believe that a diamond the size of a brick and the shape of a brick is non-anomalous. So we're just holding on until we figure out if it's real or not, if it's normal or not. Odds are it isn't. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hold on, I've got a glitch here. I gotta clean up so I can see what's going on. Derpy Bear, thank you for donating again. There's a door. It's red and it hurts to put my arm in. A red door that hurts to put your arm inside. And so you're calling that a glitch? I mean, it sounds like some sort of dimensional portal, don't get me wrong, but using the word glitch sounds strange to me. Is it doing anything that you would call particularly glitchy? What makes you call it a glitch as opposed to a different adjective, I guess? Ace, thank you for donating again. What's your favorite caliber bullet? Soul Caliber. Dr. Sherman, have you ever considered doing an SCP-style D&D adventure with SCP authors playing their author avatars and then recording it and posting it as a tale? Well, I have not thought of that particular idea. I have considered, playing games with SCP authors and stuff like that, and SCP content creators. But I almost might not go the author avatar route, because you can only do that one time. Whereas allowing your players to pick different characters, like we did that time we played with Radiger and Toad King, that, if you haven't seen the SCP-3008 tabletop campaign that me, Toad King Studios, Radiger, and a couple other people did, you should check that out. It's on the playlist here on the channel. It's pretty cool. But I would say the tribulation with putting it as a tale is D&D campaigns get pretty unpredictable and out there. So I would suggest maybe you could adapt the tale from the events of the thing, but you'd have to do a lot of rewriting. At least you'd have a good source. Ace, thank you for donating again, and got it, I'll stock the armory. Well, thank you. How long did it take to learn to spin the pen? This happened over the course of a couple of weeks. And then I've been, doing it for 10 years, and so I've gotten pretty good at it. What if SCP-096 broke out right now? Well, what do you expect? We would follow it, we'd wait until it killed whoever it was going to kill, and then we'd bag it and bring it back. Obviously. Think. Do you love SCP? Well, I would hope so, based on my choice of employment here. But yes, voice from above. I've done a lot of theater and performance, and one thing that's great about theater and film and all that is it's a collaborative art house. Even if you go into it with an idea of what you're going to do, working with other people and getting their input changes what you're making. And I'll be damned if every time a theater crew or a film crew breaks up at the end, it's like losing your family. It is a tight bond that you form with people. Part of the reason we have a loneliness epidemic is because people are being separated by not being able to afford to live in the first place, and also by being itemized into part of the problem, watching streams, and also just playing single-player games, locking yourself away from the public. By participating in community spaces, you form bonds that make you a better person in the long run. And so, SCP as a community arts project does that in a big way over the internet, so you don't necessarily need to have people near you to still be part of an arts community. And I think that is a fantastic thing above all. It is a public service being done here. How long the stream usually is. Youch, we don't have a normal length. We are a normal length. We are typically between 30 minutes to 3 hours. Now today is a 3-hour stream, of which we are currently 106 minutes in, which means we are an hour and 15 minutes from the end of stream. An hour and 15 minutes from the end of stream. Octavialian. Welcome. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a cinnamon bun on your way past the commissary. I'm a bit new to the Foundation and was looking at the files. Is SCP-001 just a list of ways the world can end? No, that's not it at all. So, the first SCP data entry, SCP-001, is a list of proposals for 001 that may or may not be true. Some of them are end-of-the-world scenarios, but you know what's weird about an end-of-the-world scenario? It's normally not the first thing we found. So I don't know why that would be a 001. Normally, 001 in my mind would just be the first anomaly, the first thing we found. Some of them are actually kind of mundane, because they are just the first thing we found. And some of them are the most important SCP, and therefore, we are hiding what is the most important SCP by listing different 001 proposals to trick you. So yes, they are highly classified, which is why there is a memetic kill agent on the page. Researcher Last, thank you for donating again. Dr. Kondraki found the mini-fridge's item report. Well, that shouldn't bother Connie. Kondraki is very into the ethics of containing anomalies, but a mini-fridge doesn't have a personality or a voice or a soul or feel pain, so it shouldn't really be that high on Kondraki's list. Dr. Clef would like to inform Ace the best ammunition is the Global Occult Coalition silver-tipped beryllium bronze bullet with a layer of telekill and an iron core, with warding microgrids engraved into each layer. So yes, that would be Dr. Clef's answer for the best caliber bullet. I like you. Well, thank you, Hi. I hope I'm doing well work, and I'm glad you appreciate it. Can you rap Eminem's Rap God? You know, Intern Golden Bones, I do have a better rap artistry than one would expect for a white boy such as myself, but I've never tried Rap God. So I can't do it now, but it may be possible if I did some practicing. Haunted Researcher, thank you for donating again. Of all the SCPs, what is the cutest in your opinion? It's a hard call. There's a lot of very cute anomalies. Adorable, even. Most people say SCP-999, but I like to pick something a little more, a little different than the norm. Now, Desk is, of course, fronting for #1 Doggo-J, which is a very, very, very good boy. which is a very, very, very good boy. But today, for my edification, I'm going to say SCP-3092, Guerrilla Warfare. Those gorilla plushies running around doing guerrilla warfare, tripwires and cute little buckets of water on doors and Nerf darts. That is a wonderful wartime play war treat. So 3092 is my vote for cutest SCP of the day. I am refreshing the chat through all of the people naming their cutest favorite SCPs. Give me a moment. Leuna, thank you for your 3-month member message. As a level 1 researcher here at SITE-42, we appreciate your membership and your service. You didn't send a message with it, so simply thank you for your generosity. Dino David, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some Ecto Cooler on your way past the commissary. What would happen if SCP-096 went into 087? Well, we don't know exactly what 087-B does to entities who go down far enough, but 096 is ridiculously durable. Honestly, it probably wouldn't go that far down by itself. It would wander around a landing, but it would really not try and, like, proceed downstairs on purpose, I don't think. If the haunted face, 087-B, saw 096's face, perhaps 096 would chase it, but because it is an apparition, non-physical, that means that 096 couldn't harm it, so they'd be in a deadlock. And then if someone outside the stairwell saw a picture of 096, it would just come running out, so that wouldn't matter. Either way, too unpredictable, I'm not interested. Leuna, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a Krabby Patty on your way past the commissary. Hey, Doc, back from Wondertainment Undercover. Watch out for Beyblades with real bit beasts. Also, Miss J is a cute anomaly. Miss J, SCP-5094, is also quite a cute anomaly. You are correct. Also, we'll keep an eye out for any dangerous anomalous toys. Java Name, thank you for gifting another SITE-42 membership to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. If you got that membership, make sure to thank Java Name for their generosity in helping us grow the ranks of green names to help us win the battle against the white names. Dino David, welcome to SITE-42 staff now. Thank you for subscribing. Dr. Sherman, I wish for permission to test opening realities to find one where you are Spider-Man. Intern Rate of Haven, I think the odds of that are quite low, but perhaps if you can find the me that's Spider-Man, we can use the me that's Spider-Man to contain other Spider-Men. So I'm not saying it's a bad idea, I'm just saying it's a long shot, but hey, I've heard worse ideas. If there was an SCP fighting game, what anomaly do you think would best fit that setting? Well, Intern Destroyer. For there to be an SCP fighting game, I would love to see, I mean, whether it be a, The debate is whether it's a Street Fighter-like or a Smash Brothers-like. You can get a lot more SCPs into a Smash Brothers-like because you're getting simpler movements. And the anomalies don't necessarily have to die if they're unkillable, they just get blasted out of the setting. And so, yeah, we could, 682 could be a Bowser in a Smash Brothers setting. 096 would be hard to do because you would lose control of the rage mode when people saw its face. But it could just be on a kill setting anyways the whole time. It could be raging out. 4051 could be pulling portals with baseball bats or things out to help it fight. Yeah, there's a bunch of good anomalies for a fighting game. It'd be great. Groza says that Abel could be both a Smash Brothers-like and a Street Fighter-like fighting game. That's right, Abel would fit in both ways pretty easily. What is the most strongest SCP? Intern Emerson. SCP-6101 is the most powerful SCP. The first line of its description is literally, SCP-6101 is the strongest SCP, so it doesn't get clearer than that, 6101. Dino David, thank you for donating again. How do you stop the hard-to-destroy reptile? Well, you just have to damage it enough that it goes into a sort of dormant regeneration state, and then we can move it while it's unconscious. But even while it's unconscious, it can regenerate and evolve, therefore it's just not attacking us, but we can get it back to containment while it's dormant for the moment. If there is an SCP fighting game, it should feature mobile task force members along with doctors like Clef and Sherman. Oh yeah, you gotta have the characters from the universe. The trick is, how do you get what do you do with researchers who are a little more, I don't know, shrimpy, like I am? I mean, Clef got the shotgun, got the ukulele, you could do a lot in a fighting game with Clef. But me, I'm not one for punching. I'm a dance teacher in my off time from research, so lover, not a fighter, so to speak. SCP-777-J versus SCP-6101 is the best matchup. Shame it's too dangerous for the Not Fight Club. Oh, come now. Neither of them would deign to attack a person with a soul of light, so there would never be a reason for Dark Blade and Ethan Prosper to do battle in the first place. With amnestics, couldn't you just make 682 forget its hatred? Intern Stone Miner, while that would be a very seemingly easy move, no. 682 can adapt to chemicals as well as physical stimuli. Haunted Researcher, thank you for donating again. Anomalous weapons in the game? Well, of course! You should get the Salsa Hammer. And when hitting someone with the salsa hammer, one of their limbs gets turned into salsa, and therefore they lose some of their attacks because they've lost some of their limbs until they die and return to their previous life. So yeah, that'd be great. There are all sorts of anomalous items that are wonderful and useful in combat. You can make the Dr. Sherman possibly anomalous to make him good for an SCP fighting game. Dr. Sherman anomalous fighting game. I would do sword fighting with my pen. This is my rapier. This is my saber. The pen is mightier than the sword. I'm taking it literally. On top of which, I could release the Bard's Song Dragon Shout to blow people back with my theater tier talking with the caps lock on. We could add a charm person anomaly that causes people to fight on my team for the time being. Yes, this is great. Nothing could go wrong. Do you know any SCPs from World War II? Intern Wallace. We know a lot of anomalies from the Second World War because that is also the 7th Occult War. While World War II was going on, the Nazis had their Obscura Corps trying to research anomalies to help them win the war. Meanwhile, us, the GRU Division P, the Allied, whatever they call themselves, Anomalous Corps, everyone was trying to keep anomalies out of their hands and stop their anomalous weapons. No, there's tons of anomalies from back then. 953, you are correct. The Immortal Hitler clone is, I forget what number it is, but it is a brain-dead husk of flesh in the visage of Adolf Hitler that was used by Stalin to execute and torture in public and in private for the lulz, because he didn't get to torture Hitler enough because Hitler did the on the way out. Kinzen, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a agua fresca on your way past the commissary. Hi there, new here, also Brazilian. Well, welcome, new intern to the SCP Foundation. I hope you enjoy your time working on the mysteries of the anomalous world to protect humanity from knowledge that none should have. That's so cool. I'd love to see Cleffy do capoeira. Capoeira? You think Clef would do capoeira? No. No way. Mr. Ukulele and... You think Mr. Ukulele and Shotguns is going to dance fight? No, if anyone's going to dance fight, it's going to be me. If anyone's going to do the dancing martial arts style, that would be me. Come on, what are you thinking? I'm already have the kinetoglyph that can make me invulnerable for as long as you do it. A dance that makes you invisible, otherwise known as the safety dance. Tss. Night Synth, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a hot pickle on your way past the commissary. Good day /night, Dr. Sherman. Are there any unique SCP articles you'd recommend? Interactive articles, mechanics, or standout concepts? Interactive articles, mechanics, or standout concepts. So there's Dr. Sumerian's SCP that is literally a video game that you download and play from the wiki. Desk, you sent me that one in the chat a while back. Do you remember which one that is? Meanwhile, 3999 is kind of House of Leaves-esque in playing with formatting, so that's interesting. There's so many SCPs with weird formats. SCP-7006, I believe, is a literal SCP tabletop campaign module with multiple campaigns. So if you want to play an SCP tabletop game, there's an official one right on the wiki, SCP-7006. So you can enjoy that. SCP-5045, as Amber points out, Goat VR, is simple with simple pictures to illustrate the game, but it is very immersive, the way it presents itself. Desk, thank you. SCP-245 is a literal video game as an SCP article. 245 is there for you. What is wrong with the world? Well, intern Burns, anyone with half a brain could tell that humankind has gone insane. There's a dark... No, I'm not going to go down that thought process. I mean, it's to the point where I don't know if I'd upset the status quo if I threw poison in the water main. Desk. The Amogus SCPs are 5761 and 5176. But they're really just standard SCP articles. They're not so much interactive as other ones are. Uh, 2521, as Amber points out, is another one with an interesting format. Intern Harrington, I see you there. Lenny, thank you for your first donation of today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a pixie stick on your way past the commissary. Is this the SPC? No, Intern Jacob, this is the SCP. The SPC is down the coastline. You can't miss it. It's a big, shiny skyscraper in the shape of a fist. That's the Shark Punching Center. Rymaton, thank you for your first donation of today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a crepe on your way past the commissary. I have returned from my D-class demotion. I'm going to try to make Arthur Morgan with SCP-2000. See, Arthur Morgan is a fictional character from a video game. So all I can see is that you're trying to use SCP-2000 to clone a person from a video game? I think this is a bad idea. I don't like your plan and I don't approve of it. Meanwhile, Aiden Turner, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a York Peppermint Patty on your way past the commissary. Thank you for your donation despite not sending a message. We simply thank you for your generosity. Haunted Researcher, thank you for donating a Corgi. We appreciate your generosity and Corgis as well. Lanny, thank you for donating again. The SCP fighting game, it would be cool to see lesser known SCPs like Spectre and the Friendly Keter, just to name a couple. First time sending one of these. Well, thank you for your first time sending us a super chat here. And yes, Friendly Keter is 4051. That's the mon I mentioned, pulling items out of portals, yes. Rymaton, thank you for donating again. Exactly, then I'll pit Arthur against 682. It's a random human cowboy with no anomalous abilities. What do you think's gonna happen? 682's gonna eat it. No. Do not send in the clones. I saw a question, I can't find it. There we go. Intern, Mr. Scoville simply asked, Dr. Sherman, is there an SCP-7041? This is the only time I'm answering a question for you like this. Because this is something you should be able to do on your own, and therefore, I'm going to show you how to do it on your own. This is The SCP database. scpwiki.wikidot.com. The home of the SCP Wiki. And then I go up to the sidebar. And in the sidebar, you wanted a 7000? Well, that's in Series 8, the 7000s. And then I scroll until I see SCP-7041. Prince with 1,000 enemies. So the answer is yes, there is one. And my question is, why did you ask me that instead of simply looking at the database? There's so many other questions you could ask me and get my attention for. You could get value from your question. Instead, you're just wasting our thinking time on menial tasks. I'm a freaking site director. I'm happy to answer your questions, but please put a little effort into them. Winggaster, welcome to SITE-42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Tyler, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some Korean fried chicken on your way past the commissary, and thank you for being a member as well. I got a weird message on my dashboard saying SCP-055 has breached containment. Do we have an 055? Regardless, keep up the work. Good work, Doctor. Well, not that I know of. I haven't heard of any 055. Nor have I heard of any breaches of such, so, must have been a false alarm. Rymaton, thank you for donating again. You forget Arthur is immortal till TB kills him. And you think that 682 isn't just going to evolve tuberculosis and give it to Arthur? It's like, oh, how do you beat Goku in a fight? Give him heart disease. It's that easy. We already know it works. You're all not thinking laterally. You're just hitting your head against the wall instead of trying to find a way around. Raccoon Dog, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a plate of fajitas on your way past the commissary, and then get excited when the fajitas come out sizzling. Hey, Dr. Wildfire, how many security department guards are stationed to protect you at any given time? Well, I mean, I am well secured within a dark site, so as long as I am on site, I don't walk with a security escort. I'm a man of the people around here, and I trust our staff. Meanwhile, if I'm out in public, depending on the scenario, I may or may not take an agent with me as backup. Rymaton, thank you for donating again. Well then, I'll try John Marston. Another human cowboy. Again, you're hitting your head against the wall instead of going around and thinking of a more unique idea. Do SITE-42 personnel wear special socks? Not until we are sponsored by Hank Green. Dr. Sherman, what number would we classify the floating hand spider? Intern teapot time. The floating hand spider is a non-canon entity, which means it's an anomaly, but it's not an SCP because it's not on the SCP database. That is more of a SITE-42 inside joke anomaly along the lines of Clown Milk Jesus. Non-canon anomalies do not have numbers for that. You'll often see when I make a joke about something off-site being an SCP that we're studying, I put SCP redacted. That way we don't get it mixed up with any other anomaly. Cafe Liquor Streams, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a macchiato on your way past the commissary. Hey, I was meaning to repay Agent Addison for that marshmallow incident. Give him some of this. CSCP-5776-1. I'm a little worried about what's going on right now. I do not want to have to clean up a mess today. 5776, we have the dangerous Marshmallow Man. Indeed, I am remembering this. So yes, I'm sure this will be a very spooky prank that will not cause me pain. Rymate, and thank you for donating again. Find different question. Which SCP is most breedable? Well, there are numerous animal-style anomalies that we breed for various reasons to keep a population for testing. And so throughout the database, we have many of those that we breed for the purposes of having more iterations for testing, but I do not know which is the most. That's not something I particularly keep track of. Dr. Sherman, the likes are double the views. Well, America, they sure are. We are at almost 400 likes and 150, 160 viewers. So we are doing quite well in using the YouTube algorithm to bring people into the SCP stream and then shunt them over at the SCP Wiki so they can help us support the SCP Wiki and its authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, etc. So Mobile Task Force SITE-42, keep hitting that like button. Let us pull more people into the SCP fandom, whether they like it or not. What's your favorite SCP? Intern Metal Sonic. I always tell you my favorite SCPs at the end of stream. It's kind of a tradition around these parts. And that tradition will take place when this stream ends in about 40 minutes. But if you want to know earlier, you can donate and ask me, and I'll do it right then. Or you can cheat and go to yesterday's stream, and then you can see it at the end of the stream like normal. Intern Harrington, thank you for your first donation of today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a, let's say a 1-up mushroom on your way past the commissary. If we replace the gas mask of 2328 with SCP-1499, would that in effect deal with 2 SCPs? 2328 and 1499. Off the top of my head, I don't remember them, so I need to look them up. 2328 and 1499. Now yours for 3 easy payments of $14.99. So $14.99 is the gas mask that disappears you to another dimension when you wear it. And so $14.99 takes you to another dimension. Meanwhile, you're talking about replacing the gas mask of 2328 with $14.99. 2328, the Hoarder's Son, is a construct resembling a male human, approximately 18-20 years old, dressed in a green plastic containment suit and black gas mask with no exposed skin, save for the portions of his face visible through the mask's eye holes. Radiography reveals that the containment suit, gas mask, and facial skin are a single fused, non-removable piece, and that the interior of 2328's containment suit is filled exclusively with household refuse, such as newspapers, components of traditional kitchen and bathroom appliances, and decaying food. Well, the answer to your question then is no. We cannot do that because 2328's gas mask is non-removable. So we can't do that swap at all. Easy question. Not going to argue about that. Dr. Sherman, 2006, is insisting to let him try making 4521 Scream. Intern Destroyer, first and foremost. SCP-2006 is not a he. It is an it. All anomalies are objects, not people. They are its. Not he. Not she. It. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocol at the Foundation. But furthermore, no. Denied, because I do not want 2006 getting any ideas that are actually scary, because, again, as it says in this document, what if it discovers that humans are scared of nuclear bombs? Then it's going to become a nuclear bomb and nuke us. So no. Rymaton, thank you for donating again. Hey, so I kind of put Dr. Clef's shotgun into SCP-914, set on course. What should I do now? You should take the little bits of ukulele splinters that are stuck in your face out of your face. Go to medical. Cafe Liquor, thank you for donating again. Been part of the Foundation for a while and still confused about the new 4-category system. Well, it's not that complicated. The ACS has object class, which is containment difficulty, as we know. It has risk class, which tells us what risk there is for things spreading the news and thereby breaking the veil of secrecy. Then we have the danger class for how in danger you are due to the anomaly. So there's not a lot of, it's not that difficult once you look at it. There is an ACS guide for the SCP Foundation on the database that shows you all of this. Please look up the Anomaly Classification System guide on the database. It tells you everything you need to know. You will never be confused again. See, so risk class is personal danger. Disruption class is the world finding out about anomalies. And then object classes. So yeah, not that complicated. But you gotta study it first. If you don't study, you'll always be confused. Do your research. Ace, thank you for donating again. You already know what I'm about to ask. Well, I would feign confusion, but since you are donating for this, I'm not going to feign confusion. I'm just going to assume that everyone assume there will be a headphone warning at the end of stream because Ace loves giving a donation for me to scream at the top of my lungs at the end of stream. I don't know why this is fun for Ace, but hey, you donate to the cause. It's a stupid human trick that's not that hard to do. Headphone warning for the very end of stream after the credit song. Good. And Black Site Legend, welcome to SITE-42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. I looked at a picture of SCP-096. Can you please help me? Intern Jax, the answer is no. You are going to die. Good luck enjoying yourself for as long as it takes 096 to reach your location. Can we get a time check? Grossa, we are currently 35 minutes from the end of stream. That's right, you've got 35 minutes to get your questions in. Wait a minute, who or what is SCP-9999? I checked and there is, deleted by staff, who or what is it? Mr. Scoville, thank you for taking my advice under advisement and looking at the database yourself to investigate these matters. I appreciate it. So, SCP-9999 is being held by staff so that there can be a contest to do a contest for whoever gets to be the 4/9s slot. And so if someone put something there when they shouldn't have, that should have been deleted. So there you go. Thank you for looking things up on the database yourself. I appreciate you doing that. Dr. Sherman, do tell, would SCP-6101 be able to fight the one above all? Well, of course, SCP-6101 would be able to fight the one above all. I usually only have to talk about the first line of Ethan Prosper's description, which is SCP-6101, is the most powerful SCP. But since you're talking about the one above all, which I do, if I'm remembering correctly, the one above all, comic book character. That is a Marvel character, and it just so happens, if you look at Ethan Prosper's description, his name is Ethan Prosper. He is 9 years old at time of writing. The full extent of SCP-6101's powers are unknown, but he has displayed capabilities such as flight, super strength, invisibility, and all the powers of the Marvel superheroes. Well, there you go. The one above all is a Marvel character, and 6101 has all the powers of the Marvel characters. You asked the perfect question of the perfect entity to get trounced by our very good boy, SCP-6101. I like how Dr. Frogman is there getting it right along the way, like, oh, I see where he's going with this, Dr. Frogman. That's why you get paid the big bucks for your researcher, the big bucks for your research, because you're on there. You're on point. Ace, thank you for donating again. I find it funny because it scares researchers and because I am neurospicy. ADHD plus autism. Well, whatever gets your kicks, as they say. What was the worst attempt to terminate 682, aside from Dr. W's sociopathic idea? Okay, intern Destroyer, I'm glad you specified because I was going to talk about Dr. W's psychopathic idea, but you already referenced that one. Yes, feeding orphans to 682 did not kill it. We are not shocked by this. Thankfully, Clef fed that bastard to 682. So here's the deal. There is a whole ton of test records here with different anomalies. I cannot be sure of what the worst of them is because there's so gosh darn many. What I'm doing right now is I'm looking for any anomalies I'm familiar with. Yes, okay. So the one I'm going to go with for today is testing it with SCP-3521. If you're unfamiliar with SCP-3521, that is Banana Pill by Dedo. Banana Peel by Dado is one of the, I think it's the first showing of Dado in our database. But parapharmacologist Dado was commissioned to make a pill that an assassin would use to kill a target. And the assassin wanted to use radioactivity. But Dado said that it was too easy to trace isotopes like that. So instead, they would use bananas to poison the person. But to get the equivalent dose of radiation from bananas, which I don't know if you know, real life bananas are all radioactive because they've got potassium. So all bananas are radioactive, just in a very, 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 very minor amount. And so what the banana peel does is you get the equivalent radioactive dose of radiation, but you get that amount of bananas in your body. And since that's something like 5 million pounds of bananas, you usually die of being exploded by bananas before the radioactivity gets you. On top of which, that usually ruins any buildings, communities nearby because of so many bananas. When we did this with so when we fed it to 682, 682 had a full stomach of bananas. The bananas exploded, but then 682 started eating the bananas, which rapidly healed it. And then it also, I think someone said, yes, it became radioactive. Yes, it also became radioactive. So we exploded it with bananas and it became radioactive. It wasn't a great day for us, really. Is the 6542 reading on the channel up to date? Because the former at the beginning of the title is confusing me. No. Chest of Factory. It says former because we did that reading and then the article got deleted. And so former, that is the former SCP-6542. There is now a new SCP-6542. Now, the funny thing is that they are themed similarly because the new one, I believe, is a rewrite and a zhuzh up of the original. But, you know, I liked the original. I didn't think there was a problem with the original. All right, after that 682 question, I'm refreshing the chat. SITE-42, so peak. Damn right, intern okay. Damn right. Oi, desk, what's the policy regarding cursing in the chat and in donos? The answer is we are an adult community for people 18 and up. We talk about SCPs which have high levels of gore and or sex in them. And so you should be reminded at all times, this is an adult community and that means we are fine with cursing. Although if you get too foul-mouthed, the auto mod might get you and then your message will be hidden. So yes, cursing is fine, just don't get crazy about it. Clippy, yes, your pixel art was very nice. We showed it on Fan Art Friday if you want to go back to Friday's VOD and check it out. One second. Come on, browser, stop fucking with me! In the name of the cursing that we're totally allowed to do here. America. I'm going to have to agree with Ace here. I'm looking at your message history. You are going a little hard on this interaction with the 953 character in the chat. I understand your role-playing, but you guys are going very off-subject from what we're talking about in general. It's a little extreme. I'm going to need you to tone it down for me, okay? Lil Phoenix and Mark, thank you for subscribing to SITE-42. Welcome to staff. V-Dubs, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a Chicka Cola on your way past the commissary. Do you think the Templin Institute would make a good GOI? And if so, do you think they'd be neutral, against, or supportive of the Foundation? I'm not familiar with the Templin Institute, so I should look at what that is real quick. Templin Institute, what are you? Templin Institute. Controversy. Uh-oh. This is another, it seems like it's a YouTube podcast show. Investigates alternate worlds, explore different aspects of science fiction, fantasy, and alternate history. The Stargate Network, the New Republic. So they are breaking down science fiction world building, essentially. Well, this is my first exposure to them, but what I would say is that they are simply, are they studying us? Do we have to worry about them? Okay, they've at least mentioned us a couple of times. I'm going to save this to my watch letter and see what they have to say to us. Anyways. I guess they'd just be another group studying the Anomalous like us, so it depends on if they're doing what they're doing in our universe, which is sharing it with the public, then we'd have problems, we'd have beef. America, let me teach you something real quick. Let me teach you something. In LGBTQI spaces, when you're hanging out with someone and you misgender them, if you just go, oh, my bad, and fix it, no one gets mad at you. It's a thing. I mean, unless you're doing it on purpose to be a jerk, unless you're repeatedly doing it and not paying attention and not caring. The first time you misgender someone and then you say, oh, my bad, and then fix it from then on, no one gets mad at you. But people who go, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it, I'm such a bad person for doing that wrong to you, that wrong. Those who make a big deal out of it and guilt trip and make an emotional response out of it, they're the ones who get annoying about it. And so when called out on things, don't make a big scene, my dude. Just say, okay, my bad, and I'll fix it. Otherwise, you're just going to have so much more stress for your life that you do not need. Take it easy. Reject modernity, embrace Christ. Intern Yoink, what Christ? We have 5 of them in containment. Do you want me to embrace Cockblock Jesus, SCP-4477? Or Vor Jesus, SCP-5991? Or Uber Driver Jesus, SCP-029-J? Or SCP-3305, Bread Jesus? Or SCP-6542, Milk Jesus, aka Jesus? There's so many Gzi. Which one do you want us to embrace? Take your pick. We've got a lot of the Gzi locked up in containment. Guys, you're in an SCP Foundation chat. If you're skittish about Vor, you gotta be careful. It's not that bad. It's eating people. It's cannibalism. But in a kinky, sexy way that people talk about online. I hope it's not real, but it's one of those things on the internet people talk about a lot. Vor is just sexy cannibalism. God damn it. And obviously the god in that invocation is SCP-5991 Vor Jesus, of course. What the fuck did I just walk into? I'm just explaining a concept that we have to deal with at the Foundation. We have Vor Jesus in containment, 5991. We have Fernand the Cannibal. We have a lot of anomalies that eat people. Come on. Why are you guys so weird about this? What do you think about SCP dying? Did you see what Mr. Illustrated said on his last video? Okay, you've got my interest. Mr. Illustrated said SCP is dying. When Day Breaks, original remastered. Let me check the transcript so I can get to it quickly. Transcript. All right. Cave, story. I guess it's at the end of the video, maybe? I'm not seeing anything about SCP dying in the latest video, which is from yesterday. He said it in the comments. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. Let me come down here. Thanks for checking out the remaster, and thank you, Raycon, for sponsoring this video. Thank you, Lumi and Radiger, for voicing Higata and Ari. All right, that is not SCP is dying, although, hooray to Radiger for doing voice work, and I don't know Lumi, but congratulations to you as well. Although he does say, the commenter says, I hate how SCP stuff just fell off. And replies, it's sad, times change and viewers move on. Evidently my time doing SCP is coming to an end. Where is this? Where is it saying it beyond just this? Do I have to actually watch the video? I should be able to see it in the transcripts.
There is light. Check out this video for another great patrons and channel members, and special thanks to
Well, I can't reply to something that I can't see that he said, outside of this little comment reply. But, I mean, Illustrated switched over to Mr. Illustrated from SCP Illustrated years ago, because just SCP videos alone was not cutting it in the algorithm. The content farms really sapped SCP content creators for a long time, which is part of the reason we're also annoyed at them. But then from there, it depends on the way you make content and your content vibe. I mean, we at SITE-42 are doing better than ever. Our views and subs and such are through the roof. but it's taken adapting to the content style. Streaming has really done well for us, and that's helping us out. Shorts have really done well for us, and that's been helping us out. So, I don't know, SCP is not dead. The community is booming more than ever when it comes to SCPs written. It is very popular still, but it is in a bit of a hibernation in the public consciousness. It's definitely not like 2012, 2013, where Containment Breach had us doing crazy numbers. But we can't always be going mad viral. Sometimes there are going to be slow times, sometimes there are going to be fast times. I mean, SCP is 18 years old. It's going to be 20 in 2 years. So, at this point, it just becomes a factor of, yeah, we have highs, we have lows, we do what we can, and hopefully the next thing we do awesome continues to grow the community, and therefore we can get those big projects we want to make done. We are closer than most fan fiction communities ever get to having movies of our stuff because of the special structure about SCP's Creative Commons and all that. So all we got to do is take what we have in our hands and use it. Intern Harrington, thank you for donating again. Has there been any research done on the interactions between 173 and 919? I don't know the answer to that. I need to look at what 919 is. SCP-919. Ordinary full-length mirror. Appears to be, anyways. Once a living subject has been in front of 919 for not 15 seconds, reflection breaks sync and begs for the subject not to leave. So, 173 is not technically a living entity. That and controlling it is enough of a problem that we wouldn't want to put it in a chamber with such an anomaly. So, unfortunately, that's just not going to be tested. I don't think it's worth the resources. Cafe Liquor Streams, thank you for donating again. Thoughts on Director Trish of SITE-42, that weirdly underfunded physical, paraphysical intersection storage and transfer site? I think I saw you in the chat talking to Des. You were talking about, so okay, here's the thing. That's where you're taking this from. So, they're dope. They're doing good work over there. I like what they're doing. If you're unfamiliar, the YouTuber So Okay, Here's the Thing, does D&D shorts content, and also has been branching into SCP content as well. It's not their sole thing, but it is a good thing. And so, go check out So Okay, Here's the Thing. They're a friend of the channel. Ace, thank you for donating again. Vor is just sexy cannibalism. Dr. Sherman DeLorean. Okay, but which SCP is my baby Yoda, is the question. V-Dubs, thank you for donating again. I got yoinked by the Insurgency because they found out that I can travel between universes. Their base ain't a problem, though. Well, yes, I'm glad you can then leave the universe and come back to us from them and maybe guide us to them. Maybe it could help us find those stragglers. We haven't had them turn up yet. We're still sweeping the area. We know they haven't passed the perimeter, but we got to find out where they're holed up and stop them. If my SCP story goes through voting, how does it get its designated number? Black Phoenix, the answer is it gets a number and then it gets voted. After you've written your SCP, you've gone through the critique process, all that kind of stuff, you post it with an SCP designation. You post it in an empty slot. And then the community votes on it, and if they vote it up, it stays, and if they vote it down, it's deleted. V-Dubs, thank you for donating again. Nah, they're gone. You mean the Chaos Insurgents that picked you up, right? Is it possible for 067 to get your life wrong while writing with it? Director Ethan, I do not believe that is possible. I believe SCP-067 writes the truth. If I find 30 pounds of hot chocolate mix and drink it all, will I die? Intern Stupid, appropriate name. For 30 pounds of hot chocolate mix to be viable. Nope, you've got me started. You've got me started. Your average hot chocolate mix packet is how many ounces of packet? No, I don't want Safeway to prove I am a human. Please. Damn it! Stop it. How much hot chocolate mix per cup? 1 to 3 tablespoons per 1 cup or 8 ounces of hot water or milk. Okay? Let's call it 1 tablespoon. Just say we're making light hot chocolate. That way there's, no. Let's say we're using the most. We're using the most, 3 tablespoons. So, if we divide 3 tablespoons of hot chocolate mix into 30 pounds, pounds to ounce converter. Ingredient: powders, milk and dairy, herbs and spices, nuts and seeds. This is a very convenient categorizer. I'm going to say powdered sugar. It's close enough to hot chocolate. Tablespoon value, 3 of them. It is 0.5 ounces. 1 tablespoon is 0.5 ounces. So, 0.8 ounces for 3 tablespoons. 0.9. We'll call it 0.9. We're calling it 1 ounce. We're calling it 1 ounce chocolate to 8 ounces of liquid. 1 ounce chocolate to 8 ounces of liquid. And so now we've got a 9-ounce beverage. How many ounces in 1 pound? 8. How many 16, because now we're talking about solid, not liquid. That's so annoying. Ounces in a cup, ounces in a pound. Need better measurements. 16 ounces, 1 pound times 30. So that is plus 8 ounces per 8 ounces of liquid weighs. I really wish I had a Hank Green or a Matt Pat to do this for me. General mathematics like this is not my strong suit. I'm a theater college dropout, people. How much does 1 cup of water weigh? 8 ounces or 236 grams. 8 ounces, 9 ounces, 30 pounds, 3 tablespoons, 1 ounce. 8 ounces is a pound, 16 ounces is a pound. That's 16 cups of hot chocolate per pound. 16 times 30. 16 times 30. You're sitting on 480. 480 cups of hot chocolate. That is 480 ounces of powder plus an additional 480 times 8 for liquid. 480 times 8 ounces is 3,840 ounces divided by 2, because we're going up to 16 ounces for pounds. 3,840 over 2, 1920 plus 480, that's 2,400. That is 2,400 pounds of hot chocolate fluid in your stomach. I probably did some math there wrong. Long story short, your stomach cannot hold that much fluid. Your body cannot hold that much fluid. You would die. So yes, stupid in your name is accurate for asking such a question. V-Dubs, thank you for donating again. Lots of screams, didn't like that. Yeah, it's not great. Does the SCP Foundation use metric or imperial units? Schwello, the Foundation uses metric. Although we do have a joke SCP. Let's see if I can find it. SCP-5820-J, codename Antiquated Measurement System. 5820-J is a contagious meme that comprises several closely related sets of units that theoretically are capable of being used to express length, area, capacity, and mass. However, experimentation has shown it to be highly impractical for these purposes. While the basic units of measurements for length and mass are not inherently irrational, conversions between different units of the same quantity is unnecessarily difficult due to the apparently random conversion factors involved. As of yet, 5820-J has resisted all attempts at eradication. Imperial measurements is a stupid system, and the SCP Foundation has not found a way to get rid of it from the face of the Earth yet. But we're trying. What's with ounces I just got here? Just so you know, Carl Lurker as well as anyone else. The stupid question was, if I have 30 pounds of hot chocolate powder and I mix that into drinks, will I die if I drink it all? The answer is obviously yes. But if you want to find the exact mathematics of how dead you would be with what is the weight of 30 pounds of hot chocolate into several 8-ounce cups, then you can do that mathematics. Have you taken a look at SCP-6426, aka the Vampire Boat? Does it talk? I am familiar with the Vampire Boat anomaly, but I do not remember if it speaks. 6426, does it talk? Ambulatory hostile sapient harbor tugboat. Yes, I think it attaches itself to people and has conversations. Yes, it talks. There's literally an interview log in the document. So, Mr. Scoville, you made a mistake again. You could have checked the document to figure that out. There's literally an interview log. Desk. I was actively looking at the water intoxication when I was considering if the hot chocolate would kill you. So yes, we're on the same wavelength there. SITE-42 staff, we literally have 45 seconds left in this stream. I highly recommend you get your questions and donos in real quick. Meanwhile, just so you guys know, if you are not done watching streams for the day, after I sign off and get back to today's testing, Desk is going to be streaming SCP Fragmented Minds over on his Twitch. And so you can go to the Desk SCP on Twitch after we sign off to participate in Desk's SCP Fragmented Minds stream, as well as Clef Q&A. So you can check that out after we're done here, which we are done now. So, SITE-42 staff, as you know, at the end of stream, I always tell you my favorite SCPs. Of course, I'm not going to tell you my favorite SCPs are the ones I personally wrote. That would be cheating. But if you want to read the SCPs that I personally wrote, you can go to the Sherm SITE-42 Hub and SCP author page on the database. There you can see the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed voice lines to, or other sound effects, things like that. And while you're there on the author page, you go one tab over, there's some links. Some links that people are very often unable to find for some reason, but people are very curious about them. But I think you guys will be able to find the links. I think you have the power. While you're there, you can become a Site-42 Patreon patron or YouTube channel member to donate to us monthly. You can do Ko-Fi donations or Super Chats to help us out individually. Either way, direct donations are the easiest way to help out the Site-42 team, keep the lights on, and uplift other creators, commission works for them, as we do in the SCP community. So we thank you for your service and helping with that. And if you're part of the Broke Gang, then, hey, don't worry about it. If you're a member of Mobile Task Force Site-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters, then just liking, sharing, subscribing, watching our videos and commenting, watching our streams and chatting, supporting the SCP projects I direct you to when a new one comes up. Those are how Mobile Task Force Site-42 uplifts the SCP community so we can have bigger and better SCP projects, so we can support the SCP Wiki and its authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, etc. And so stay tuned at the end, after the credit song, before Aces scream, that I show you one more time where you should be showing your support today. But before I get to that, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one, it's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, 5320, 8980. Content warning, the last one is a rough read. I have 3 things I need you to do after chat today, everyone. 3 things. Number 1, you need to watch Desk stream at the Desk SCP on Twitch. Number 2, you need to check out SCP Containment Breach, live action short film on the YouTube channel Keter Labs. We have an SCP live action film. It needs more views. It needs more subs. We got to be able to afford more D-Class so we can make more movies. So go to Keter Labs on YouTube and watch that. You should also go check out SCP Silent Madness. We are working with them on collaborating on an SCP animated series here on the channel. And so you can support their work, and we're going to support their work as well. And just because I can, let me show you one more time our little SCP collaboration that we did with them. Just yesterday we got the footage back. Boom. Max out. Full screen.
Super cool petting zoo. You can feed and interact with all of your favorite anomalous entities, such as the floating hand spider. Now this little critter's diet consists of solely amethyst and human faces, so go ahead and toss that rock in there. You don't have a rock? No!
So yes, your support helps us to make these happen. And so we thank you for your service. So, with that, Site-42 staff, check out Keter Labs, check out SCP Silent Madness, and check out Desk on Twitch after you do those. Site-42 staff, this is the end of stream. As always, I have been Dr. Theron Sherman, and this has been Dr. Sherman's Office Hours, a subsidiary of the Anomalous broadcast from Site-42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. I've learned to slam on the brake before I even turn the key, before I make a mistake, before I lead with the worst of me. Give them no reason to stare. No slipping up if you slip away. So I've got nothing to share. No, I've got nothing to say. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned. On the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through a window. I Try to speak, but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. I'm waving through a window, oh. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? The credit song is Waving Through a Window from the Broadway musical Dear Evan Hansen. Scream warning after the final goodbye. Stay safe, stay well. SITE-42 staff. Secure, contain, protect. Ah!